And today we're in Lower Fishguard, and Colin has spotted these two old lime kilns. They're now forming the wall of someone's property, but there's a little bit of a path down. There's not much to show, but still worth a look. That's one, and that's the second one. They're kind of circular, and someone's car is actually parked on top. So it's part of their property. We're hoping to see some more in a few days in Solva, which is nearby. And if I walk down to the bottom here, you can see the old harbour at Lower Fishguard. It's very pretty. We're now at Porth Christ, which is an ancient harbour, and there's more lime kilns. There's an information board. I heard that the best ones are at Solva, but these look really well preserved. Oh, every inlet did it. That's 1650 to 1900. Got some on this side of the harbour, and then some over there. Supposedly the walls of this harbour are Roman. I'm not going to walk right round because we're limited for time. If we don't get back to our hotel in time, we will miss our dinner. There's some more kilns for you. And you can see around there the harbour entrance, it's really pretty. We're now in Solva, in Pembrokeshire, just a little way along the coast from St David's. And here's another set of lime kilns. These are supposed to be the best preserved ones in the area. So, like the others, they would have had a hole in the top, and they would have kind of loaded limestone and all the combustible material in, set fire to it, and then raked the stuff back out of the bottom when the lime had burnt almost into powder and become quicklime, which was then spread on the fields and used to fertilise them so that crops could be grown. Apparently there was no limestone in the area here, but as it is a harbour, it was easy to bring limestone by boat and then move the quicklime on once it had been made. That one seems to be blocked up. Just like a little cave. The ones we saw yesterday had a hole in the top. The ones at Porth Christ, which I briefly filmed and took some pictures of. I did take photographs looking down the top of them, but we were a bit strapped for time. They're quite nice. It's very pleasant here. We're going to take a little bit of a walk on a coastal path. We actually failed yesterday to complete our circle to St Justinian's Well. we want to see that, we'll have to drive. It turned out to be more than we could take on in the time we had. And there's no way we would have made the walk and got back in time for dinner to our hotel. This one looks like it's been partially restored. You can see all the way through to the other side. The holes seem to be filled up, so I'm not really sure how it worked. I suppose they loaded it one side here and then went out the other. It was very hot and dangerous and heavy work. We recently watched a TV programme which showed these ones on it, which was really useful as we were coming anyway. They were talking about somewhere else where a man slipped and fell into the top and was consumed by the fire. They also showed a picture that was drawn of one, and there was like flames all shooting out of the top. It's inside it. I think the tide is going out. Colin thinks it's coming in. It's slippery. I desperately need new boots. There we are. Some gabions holding them up. We're going to walk along the path above and I'll have a look and see if I can see down inside them. Here's a lovely view looking back to Solva Harbour. You can just see Colin in the distance on the beach. There's the top of the lime kilns, and these ones have been filled in. So the ones at Porth Place were actually more interesting because the tops were still open. At least I took some pictures. So that's where all the burning material would have gone. Shame there's not a notice board with a picture like the man showed on the television. These look like they're open a bit more. They look pretty cool actually from the top. Oh, that one's open. This one's like a little house. That's not actually a kiln. I suppose it must have been when the men who were working on the kiln went. It must have been really, really hot. No, this one's, there we go, that one's left open. So that's like the one we saw yesterday. It's like an inverted cone. And then all the lime would have been raked out of the bottom. We're going to carry on around the coastal path. I like that house up there with a little tower on in the background. So thank you for watching.